So I took everything out. I've moved the diesel controls over there, tidied them up so everything's on this side. I'm gonna panel this out, put a shelf across the back and just make it usable, because it was an absolute mess. A lot of this I don't really need. I'm just going to put the essentials back in. I might build a shelf across there as well, like an L-shaped shelf, and try and keep on top of it, which is easier said than done most of the time. But if I've got a place for everything and everything is in its place, then it'll be easy to find when I need it, and I'll be able to see without taking everything out and then realise it's not even in there anyway. Right, come on, let's get this done. I won't be putting it in with nails, I'll be putting it in with screws so that I can take it off and access this electrics. So I don't think I will put a shelf on there, because that needs to be accessible. I could just put a little door on. So by doing the van conversion, I've realised one of my hates. Now, I'm not keen on decorating. I find it boring, and this plying is like decorating with wood, cutting to size, cutting to shape. Yeah, I haven't enjoyed it at all, but it's got to be done, and I suppose it is the finishing touches. It's everything's been done, and then you're putting the lid on it, so to say. Just put one in bottom, one in this side, one in that side. Nothing too fancy. I've kept it well away from the bed slides out, so I don't want it interfering with that. So that's three screws off if I needed to. Look how pissed that socket is. You can't really tell because it's right next to a seat, but yeah, it's definitely pissed from this side. I'm gonna put a piece on the back now, and I don't have to prove that to myself, but I'll actually prove it to you that I hate doing this, because all I'm gonna do is put that there like that, and I'm done. Just so I can get a shelf across the sides there. It's got a bit of a backing to it. I'll leave that bottom bit. Yeah, not too bothered. Can't see the back end of that socket either, which is absolute abomination, to be honest, seeing that I'm a sparker. I've been doing it 22 years. So this stuff I've got here, it's like a foam, it's like a compressed foam, and I've stuck it with some spray adhesive, and I am planning on doing the full lot. It's 600 by 600, about £7 from Toolstation. It's to put your washer on so it doesn't dance across the kitchen floor. Keeps it stuck in one place. Now, as we all know, these make a racket, so I'll be installing that on some of this and then covering it in like a box and see if it does any sound dampening, just to keep it down a little bit. But I'll do both sides with it. As garages go, it's not the prettiest, but that's an absolutely solid shelf. Get a lot of stuff on there. I've got access underneath as well. The plan is just to not put too much stuff in. It's getting to that point now where I needed to keep a lot of stuff in the van, because it was like materials, but we're getting down to the checker flag is in my sights. By the end of this month, this will be done. I mean, come to think of it, there's a few things in the van that I've done and I want to change already, and it's not even complete. So I don't know about you van lifers, but is a van ever done? You know, it'll be livable. There'll always be something to do. There'll always be like, oh, I can panel that out. Just do it as I go along now. As long as it's good enough, it doesn't have to be perfect without trimming in and all the silicone in and all that. That can get done in another couple of years. But definitely this Century anyway. Where we 2004, yeah. Definitely this Century, it'll probably be done. I don't want to put this too close to that because I've got decent sized stuff in there. So I'll have them 2 baskets. These can stay on when, if I need to get access. It's not like it's a full shelf, it's just a couple of baskets. They flip off quite easily as well. And I'll put everything back in van and I'll show you how tidy it could be if it wasn't for me. Does anybody else think I've got some of that somewhere? And you search high and low, you just, it's come to the stage of my life where I'll just buy another. I won't even bother trying to look for it. You just buy another, don't you? And then you end up with, I've got about 6 tubes of silicone all opened, you know, nothing, totally empty. Right, let's get on with it. I'll probably have to put a front on that shelf. Stop things sliding off, won't I? Damn it. Oh, that'll do. It's nearly cut to size. I'm just gonna lash that in there. Yeah, a huge little bits of scrap wood, makeshift. Just get the job done. I'll lick a paint on the front of that, and it'll look like an MFI. You remember MFI wardrobes? They were shit, weren't they? Yeah, there was, you put them up, they were a flat pack, and if you ever moved the wardrobe or a set of drawers, they just fall apart most of the time. MFI, I find that I'm a metal detectorist, so I search fields for precious items really, but the amount of MFI drawer handles, drawer knobs, hinges and stuff you find in fields is just unreal. It's absolutely unreal, the amount of furniture fittings you find the same depth as a 500-year-old coin. It'll do. I'm going to put all the paints at the back. I'm not even too sure what I'll put up there yet, but I'm sure I'll fill it. Oh, here's the car, the pump, bungees, scouring pads, some oil, metal paint, undercoat for any rust under the van, which I've been doing a bit of that, as you can see. That was quite rusty. Scraped it all off, applied some of this rust ease kind of stuff, just to prolong the life of it really. Fuses, some carb cleaner, some bearing locks, odds and ends, bits of screws. Yeah, it's a lot more practical. Doesn't look too bad. So much floor space now. I've moved everything across to this side. Elevated, that's what I've got for that up there. This here, yes. And just while I've got this in my hand, this is absolutely brilliant for vans. Once a month, stick a full bottle in that in a full tank. It clears everything out. I've used a few, but this is the best, and it's £2.50 at Asda sometimes instead of £5. Really good. Really clears the system out. 30 minutes later, it's still a lot better. Hello and welcome to the channel where I will be mostly converting an ex-Royal Mail van into a camper, firstly to tour the UK and Europe, exploring the great outdoors, but mostly searching for lost history, which I will be uploading and bringing to my other channel of History Revisited UK. And a big reason for this is to escape day-to-day life. With this camper, I will be able to escape the matrix, which will hopefully make me feel more alive.